Hi everyone, it's Taylor here. Today I'll be sharing with you how I created my own plaid pattern paper using background stamps and ink. I'll also be using the Quad Colors Paris collection, which helped provide me with the color inspiration for this pretty baby card. So let's get started with the supplies. I have two background stamps, the Buffalo Plaid Background and the Grid Background, which were designed to work together where those grid lines fit exactly within the Buffalo Plaid checks. I'll also be using a couple of little bits, butterflies and baby confetti. I have the Welcome Little One die and the mini mix and match bows cut from Aqua Mist felt. I'll also be showing you how to use window acetate in your MISTI to line the stamps up and foam sticky strips for the shaker element. I have potato chip, mint julep, saltwater taffy, and StazOn inks, along with a few bits for my shaker element, the sparkly stars and the white rhinestones. I'll also be applying some of those white rhinestones with my Embelli Jelly Pick and Place tool. So here I'm starting with my MISTI, placing my cardstock down in the center with that Buffalo Plaid background over the top of the sugar cube cardstock. I'll be inking the stamp with saltwater taffy ink, and while you get a great impression from our red rubber backgrounds, I do like to ink this twice and close it to get the best, most crisp impression with that ink. Now I'll be setting up the grid background using what I told you before, a piece of acetate. So I have that piece of window transparency and I'm creating a hinge at the top of my MISTI, taping that in with purple tape so that it flips up from the bottom and stays attached to the top. Next, I'll ink the stamp with StazOn and stamp it down over the transparency. I need to wash my stamp really well before I move to the lighter colored inks, but then I will take my stamped background and arrange it underneath that acetate piece until it is right in the place where I want it. After moving the piece of acetate out of the way, I can ink the stamp with mint julep and stamp it down over the cardstock, creating those accenting lines in just the right spot on the buffalo check background. I'm going to move that again using my piece of acetate to align it and then inking the stamp with potato chip to create that three-color background, showing that you can place those grid lines in two different spots to create this pretty plaid-looking pattern. Now I'm going to die cut several of my pieces. I have the Welcome Little One die cut from potato chip cardstock, and then I'll be cutting the baby confetti from several colors. I have mint julep, saltwater taffy, and potato chip for the shaker elements on my project. So let's put that shaker together now. I'm going to take my liquid adhesive and adhere the Welcome Little One die cut to the piece of transparency so that I can make sure that none of my shaker bits will fall out of my shaker element. Next, I'll be using our foam sticky strips to build up the dimension around the outside of the shaker. These come in especially handy because they're already trimmed for you at 1/8 inch, so simply butting them up against each other to ensure that none of the shaker bits will come out of the sides and going all the way around the outside of that die cut. Now I'm placing my die cut confetti and my sparkly star sequins in the middle of my piece of white cardstock. I'm also placing several rhinestones down, making sure that they are right side up, as once they are in the shaker element, they won't have room to flip over, and I want to make sure they are not backwards. So that's why I set my shaker up like that. Now that that is finished, you can see how cute that looks, and we're just going to adhere that to the center of the plaid background that we stamped earlier. After that, I just have a little bit of embellishing to do. To start, I'm going to take our mini mix and match bows die set. It creates a 3D bow, and I've cut that out of Aqua Mist felt. I also have our little bits butterflies that I've cut out from sugar cube cardstock. I'm using the Fast Grab tacky glue. We have sample bottles that we offer, and this is great for felt. It is called Fast Grab, so that means that it grabs quickly and it doesn't take too long to dry. It also doesn't seep through the felt like a lot of other adhesives do. So after adhering that bow together, I've placed it at the bottom of the Welcome Little One die cut, and I'm adhering those small butterflies down the center and popping the wings out. I'm going to use my Embelli Jelly Pick and Place tool to place a little bit of sparkle within the center of those butterflies using the white rhinestones. And the last step will be to add this to a sugar cube card base. I really love how this pretty plaid turned out for this pastel baby card. And now that I've shown you that the buffalo check background isn't just for Christmas, I can't wait to see what color combos you come up with too. You can find all of these products at the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com. Thanks for tuning in.